Okay, fools, this is the moment you've been waiting for. I've got our co-founder David Gardner here, and he is all set to reveal one of his best buys now.
And I'm excited too, Adrienne. We've never done this as a video feature before.
Well, I'm glad we're doing it as well, because I know a lot of people who are watching are considering membership to Motley Fool Stock Advisor, and there's really no better way to show people what Stock Advisor is all about than for them to get up close and personal with our newsletter advisors.
I agree, but today we're going to go one step further and not just talk about this month's Best Buys now, but I'm going to reveal one of our picks right here. So during this video, we're going to explain why we feel this pick is a Best Buy Now.
Excellent. Well, David, I know how excited you are to discuss today's Best Buy Now stock, but maybe you could start out by telling us what goes into your selection. What are some of the qualities you consider whenever you pick a stock for a Best Buy Now?
Well, first of all, of course, a Best Buy Now comes from our existing recommendations. So these are all stocks that we like anyway. But then the question is, I often sit there and just look over the list and say 3 to 5 years from now, where do I feel really confident that my money is going to appreciate at a pretty good pace? So there's some balance of confidence that I have to have together with probably that it's a better than average stock. So I try to put those two together. And I can see for lots of different stocks, you know this, Adrienne, we pick 5 every month. So we score ourselves as well. We've done pretty well with them. And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the future, and we're always scoring ourselves.
Okay, and so the stock you're about to mention is one that's been previously recommended in Stock Advisor?
That's right, and we've been quite happy with what we've seen from this company's management since then. We think there's a very compelling opportunity to invest in this stock right now.
And what would you say to investors who worry that they possibly may have already missed out on that company's growth?
Well, first of all, many times before we've ever picked a stock for Motley Fool Stock Advisor, it's already done really well. In fact, one of my best picks ever was Amazon.com, which had doubled in the 6 weeks leading up to my finally picking it. It's up a few hundred times since then. So, this is a perfectly viable and I think strong way to invest. It's actually one of the things I prize as an investor. I realize a lot of people think it's buy low, sell high. So a lot of new investors who don't really think capital F, foolishly enough, tend to think you're looking for beaten down stuff. But that's not what we do. And that's not what our great record is premised on. We've racked up a great record by finding excellence. So if it's a Best Buy Now, it might have already gone up 50% over the last 2 years. And that's a good sign to me. I like things that are doing well. I think the winners keep on winning, not just in the stock market, but in life. So that means the market likes and appreciates that the company is operating well, and those are often our big winners over the years. So I don't think you've ever missed a Best Buy Now that we've recommended, whether it's been up recently or down recently.
So are we ready for the big reveal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, can we get a drum roll now as I pivot to camera 2 here?
I can do that.
That's amazing your pencil can do that. So here we are at camera 2, where the Best Buy Now we're talking about today is Starbucks coffee. With stores popping up just about everywhere and its product line widening, Starbucks has become the undisputed top dog in premium beverages. It has been serving up caffeinated gains to its investors for years, causing some to think there isn't much more room for growth. Well, it may be the cinnamon dolce latte talking, but I think they'd be wrong. You see, I've been a big fan of Starbucks for years. In fact, this will be the 4th time that I'm recommending Starbucks as a buy to Motley Fool members. First, in 1998, before the Stock Advisor service was even started, I recommended it as part of our original Fool portfolio. And then again in 2006, 2011, and now here in 2015 as part of the Stock Advisor Best Buy Now list. And here's why. From its slow drip, meager beginnings with a single location on Seattle's historic Pike Place Market, the company's grown to be the largest coffeehouse company in the world, with over 22,000 stores in 65 countries at a rate that is less of a drip and more like a fire hose. Starbucks management believes that within 5 years, its store base will increase to more than 30,000 global locations, achieve $30 billion in annual revenue, and double its annual operating income. Now, given the global strength of the Starbucks brand, I believe that this is definitely possible, not because they have the best coffee in the world, but because the company's been able to do something that other companies find impossible, even enviable, and that is to turn a simple, hot cup of coffee into popularity, or even for some a status symbol, creating a culture around its product, which also happens to taste pretty darn good. It's coffee that's become an affordable luxury and a treat beyond something average you drank in the morning after you woke up and into a more trendy, again, status symbol for some cultural icon. How about? Starbucks has been hailed, acknowledged, and praised again and again for its excellence in branding and marketing, of course, in creating a branded experience that can satisfy the connoisseur, bring in new converts, be accessible to all, and irresistible in its appeal. Now, much of the credit for Starbucks' success and the focus on experience rather than just product experience, the basis for being able to be a cultural icon turned out of coffee, hands down, has to go to longtime CEO Howard Schultz. In 2014, Forbes magazine named him to its world's 50 greatest leaders list, coming in at number 29. Noting such great achievements as offering medical insurance to all employees, its support for environmental and social projects, and said, and I quote, "Crucially, Schultz understood that he was creating an experience, not selling a product," end quote. Further stating that, and I quote again, "What makes him great is his ability to strike a perfect balance between people, product, and profitability," end quote. And Schultz is not stopping at selling close to 4 billion cups of coffee a year worldwide. Starbucks has big plans to add some exciting new offerings. Now, this past August, USA Today reported that after 10 years of development, Starbucks is looking to add a different kind of buzz to its menu of the potent, potable variety. That's right. It may not be long before your local shop is offering beer and wine for sale. Starbucks management has confirmed it's applied for liquor licenses at several hundred locations throughout the U.S. in recent months, with plans to have most of its stores selling beer and wine by the end of the year, along with small plate appetizers like bacon-wrapped dates. Yes, you heard me right. Now, as funny as it may sound, I believe they're onto something here. Like I said, it's not about the coffee, but the culture Starbucks has created under Schultz's leadership. It seems to be a logical evolution to give people even more reasons to say to their coworkers or friends, "Meet me at Starbucks." The innovations and cultural impact don't stop there. Its cachet has trended beyond coffee and premium beverages and has penetrated the world of technology with such digital products like, well, digital Starbucks cards and loyalty programs, the Starbucks app, which you may well have on your phone, where customers can use the payment feature to locate stores, place orders, get an estimated wait time, even prepay. Now, with all of that said, let's take a look at the numbers and see why Starbucks is a best buy now for investors like you and me. First, there's no doubt that Starbucks' business is firing on all cylinders right now. Customer traffic was up a whopping 4% last quarter. That's customer traffic. That powered an industry-beating 7% bounce in comparable store sales. Second, not only is Starbucks attracting more visits, but it's doing so through an expanded food menu. And that shift allows it to capture revenue in traditionally slower periods like the lunch and dinner hours. Third, operating income, mentioned this earlier, soared 22% higher last quarter as profit margins expanded by almost a full percentage point to hit 19.2% of sales. Fourth, Starbucks stock has soared more than 40% in the past 12 months, handily outperforming the S&P 500 and competitors like McDonald's and Dunkin' brands. Fifth, China and the Asia-Pacific region is proving to be one of Starbucks' fastest growing markets. This is really important, posting revenue growth of more than 20% every quarter now for 18 quarters. Now, there are plans to more than double the number of stores in China to over 3,400 in the next 5 years. That's going to bring China's store presence to nearly half of the more than 8,400 stores in the Americas, and far more than the 810 company stores in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Finally, Starbucks' impressive ability to consistently grow its revenue, earnings, store count, and same-store sales are some of the reasons that I believe it should continue getting stronger over time, not to mention that the company's innovation and cachet is just plain capital F foolish. Whoever would have thought a coffee house would be your after-work go-to for a mug of beer or a glass of wine? Again, that's foolish. Here at The Motley Fool, we spell that with a capital F. That's a good thing. So for any of our viewers today who may be new to The Fool, we think winners like this one are going to keep on winning. If you're looking backwards, you'll always think you missed the boat or the big gains, but I see great things looking forward for this company. Not only is it among my favorites, and this recommendation has been consistently profitable for a couple decades, but when you find a company with a CEO like Howard Schultz, how can you go wrong, really? So all of this, of course, is what I think makes Starbucks a Best Buy now. By the way, I'm really digging our sound effects today.
Well, you're really going to like this then. I wanted to remind everyone watching this video that David also has 4 more Best Buys now, kind of what we talked about in the beginning of this video here, just for this month alone in Stock Advisor.
That's true. My brother Tom Gardner, who's also the CEO of our company, has his own 5 Best Buys too, all part of Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Not to mention the 2 brand new, never published before stock recommendations that we just discovered this month with the help of our Stock Advisor team. And Adrienne, we've got our 10 starter stocks as well. So that's a list of companies from our service that are best for new people to our service. And beyond those 10 starter stocks, we have more than 170 other in-depth recommendations as well. We got you covered.
All right, that's awesome. So tell me, David, how do people get access to all of this great investment guidance?
Well, as a special thank you for watching our little Best Buy video, is it fair to call us a webinar, maybe?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, good. So I'd like to give you this limited time discount coupon. It's worth over $400 if you use it today, and it allows you to scoop up every single Stock Advisor bonus guide that we've showed you over the course of your week with us, and start your subscription now to Stock Advisor. Just take a look at the details below, and remember, this coupon is expiring soon.